is ANN News Brief.
I'm Lucy Adeyemi. Regional bodies negotiation to reinstate the ousted Mali President Boubacar Ibrahim Keita has failed. Instead, Mali's military junta said an interim government will be put in place. West Africa's regional bloc, ECOWAS, dispatched negotiators, including Nigerian former President Goodluck Jonathan, to Mali at the weekend to try to reverse President Ibrahim Boubacar Keita's removal from power. But diplomats say his reinstatement is highly unlikely given the popularity of the coup. The regional mediators and military leaders on Monday discussed the makeup and goals of an interim administration following last Tuesday's coup. The party said on Sunday that they reached agreement on certain points during talks that lasted around 9 hours, but some outstanding issues remained. Sources who have direct contact with people involved in talks said there was not yet any agreement on the time frame of the transition or who would run the government, but Keita would not be involved. The junta has also denied on Monday reports of a 3-year transition period was demanded. ECOWAS is keen to push for a short transition that will allow a civilian-elected administration handle reforms in Mali afterwards. South African schools have reopened on Monday with millions of pupils back in schools. Some grades are returning after a 5-month break because of the coronavirus pandemic. Local media reports that in Gauteng alone, more than 1 million pupils are returning. President Cyril Ramaphosa closed schools again in July, following public outcry on rising coronavirus cases after learning institutions were briefly reopened. Now, South African students in all grades have resumed classes. Monday's resumption of classes comes as the country registers a decline in new infections. The health minister said the country was over the surge. Final year students had resumed classes earlier to prepare for examinations. United Nations agencies last week asked African governments to reopen schools with measures to prevent the spread of coronavirus. We'll be right back.
Whether in your house, at your office, on your phone or online, we are there. We have the facts behind the headlines. We cut to the chase with the news you really need. We cover every angle. We are the bigger, better news network. We are African News Network. ANN. Watch ANN News on MITV from a truly African spirit.
Ivory Coast President Alassane Ouattara have submitted his application on Monday to run for a 3rd term. Protests erupted over the weekend by opponents who say the constitution forbids him to contest the October election. At least 5 persons have been killed and more than 100 wounded in clashes between protesters and police since President Ouattara, who has been in office since 2011, announced his re-election bid earlier this month. Ouattara said outside the Independent Election Commission in Abidjan, where he filed his application, that he has a vision of stability, a vision of security, and a vision of peace for all Ivorians. Ouattara's opponents say the 2-term limit in the constitution bars the 78-year-old president from running again, but he has said his first 2 mandates do not count under the new constitution adopted in 2016. That is ANN News Brief at 10. For details on these and other breaking stories, visit our website, annafrica.news. Conversation continues on our social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at ANN Africa TV. I'm Lucy Adeyemi.